There are things within a game that are in your absolute control. If you can focus exactly on what's in your control, in your domain, then the things that are outside of your control, how you react to it. Welcome to another episode with us here at Osage Financial. If you're a student, we hope you find the information in this episode valuable to you. If you're a company looking for accountants, click the link below and we'll be in touch with you as soon as possible. In business, we're all playing a game. We're playing a game in different roles, in different positions. We're playing a game in how we tell ourselves the story of who we are and what we do. We're playing the game of how we motivate our employees, how we motivate ourselves, how we motivate our clients to purchase our goods and services. It's all a game. And in games, sometimes you lose, sometimes we win. The goal, however, is to win far more than you lose. In business, you want to be the winner in the game that you're playing. Now, because sometimes you lose, take those losses as lessons. It's very important that you take those losses as lessons. That will help you understand what it is that went wrong that caused that loss. And that will turn that loss into a lesson. Business is almost like a zero-sum game. There are things that are fixed within that game that are outside of your control. There are things within that game that are in your absolute control. If you can focus exactly on what's in your control, in your domain, then the things that are outside of your control, how you react to it because of your ability to focus on what's in your domain and what's in your control will increase your likelihood of success. I have been in business, at least in my mind, since I was 14 years old. And legitimately, since I was 26 years old. Throughout that journey, we've had many points of success and very few points of losses and failure. I'm not the first person to say this. A lot of people say this before me. Many people learn a lot more from their losses than from their wins. Yes, the wins give you that motivation you need. The wins let you know that you are on a definite journey of your success, that you are in the direction that you intended to go to, that you are making the moves that you intended to make. Those wins give you that momentum to keep going. Those losses is where your toughness is made. Those losses is where your character is built. Those losses is where the lessons for your future growth are. I've learned a lot through those losses. If I could say myself, the biggest lesson I've learned in any loss in business is that you must, in absolute, keep going forward. I remember when our company, Elon Motors, wanted to have a dealership license in the state of Texas. My buddy and I, we had this grandiose idea. Dude, it will take us only 2 weeks to get our license. All we need to do is ABC. All we need to do is, it makes it feel so easy. It makes it feel so simple. It makes it feel so direct. All we need to do is this and it's done. It's over. We got it. Let's go. Let's sell cars. And we're the best dealership in America. It took us almost 7 months. And in those 7 months, I had to pay rent for the building that we're leasing because you need a building to get a dealer license. I had to pay the utility for the building that we're leasing. I had to pay the internet for the building that we're leasing. I had to maintain the building, keep it looking nice, keep it looking clean, just in case with any state inspection. I had to maintain everything that we needed for that dealer license. In my head, something that was going to take 2 weeks ended up taking 6 months, 7 months in some cases. We kept going because we believed in the vision that we had told ourselves. Even when the 2 weeks passed, and that 2 weeks turned into 2 months, the 2 months turned into 3 months, going back and forth with the state to meet their specific requirements. Most licenses require a specific set of requirements: a desk and 2 chairs, a nice location to keep your dealer plates, a whole list of requirements. We had to meet those requirements. And in our imagination, something that was so simple, something that should have taken 2 weeks, took many more months than we'd ever imagined. If after 2 weeks had gone by and we gave up, we would have never gotten our dealer license. If after 2 months have gone by and we'd given up, we would have never gotten our dealer license. Eventually, we did receive our dealer license. And there came a new set of challenges. However, like I mentioned, never giving up allowed us to see through all the challenges that we're facing and reach our definite goal and reach the aim that we're aiming towards. It's all a game. Who can last longer in a game? Who can play harder in a game? Who can keep the focus in a game? Who can manage what's in their control inside of that game? Everything else that's outside of our control, we could not manage that unless we could manage exactly what was in our control. We cannot manage how long the state of Texas takes to process a dealer license. That's within the state, and we love our state. The state works at its own time. We could manage how qualified we were to make sure that when our application was being reviewed, we checked all the boxes that the administrator on the other side was looking at, that the administrator on the other side was making sure it's done perfectly to meet the requirements. Because we controlled what's in our horizon, what we can control, what's in our ability to control, the things that were outside of our control were easily able to be managed. We stuck through it long enough to be able to see the success that we're looking for. At Osage Financial, it's the same. We work hard to get clients. Once we get clients, we focus on what is it that's in our control when we have these clients. Can we service these clients as best as possible? Can we deliver a lot more value to the client than what the client in money-wise is paying us? Can we put a lot more effort in anticipating the needs of the client, anticipating the decision-making, the direction that the client is going? Because we do more than just accounting. We do more than just looking at numbers, submitting payroll, doing financial reporting. We look and interpret what the numbers are telling us. If the macroeconomy is moving in a certain direction, a small company of under $10 million, $5 million, $2 million will have certain effects, micro effects into that company that affect their profitability, that affects their revenue, that affects their payroll. Can we understand what's going on in the macroeconomy to be able to translate it to the microeconomy of this client? That's beyond the general accounting services that we offer. It's providing additional value, giving 1% more to the client, giving an additional extra value to the client that makes it worthwhile for that client to be able to continue on with our services, to be able to enjoy our services. That's what's in our control. What's outside of our control can only be managed if we can manage what's inside of our control. How does this affect you as a company while you're looking at this video, enjoying this video? It affects you in this exact same manner. If you're a company that's in any industry, the best thing that you can do to put your company in the best and the greatest ability of success is to be able to manage exactly what's in your control, what's in your horizon, what's in your square that you can absolutely deliver on. What's outside of it, even though you cannot control it, you can manage it by being able to control what's in your purview. If the world around you changes and you know exactly where you are and you know exactly where you're going, you can adjust your company, your team, yourself to those changes that's going on in the world. If business grows in a way that's outside of your control, because the economy is improving, you, because you can control what's in your purview, can be able to capture that growth, can be able to capture the momentum, can be able to capture the opportunity and grow as the economy grows. If the economy shrinks, if the economy tightens, if credit tightens, because you control what's in your purview, you can be able to adjust to those changes in the economy. You can be able to adjust to those changes in the world and still be able to put your company, yourself, your team in the best position of success. We're playing a game. Do you want to win the game? Are you going to do the best possible to win the game? Our goal at Osage Financial is you exactly understand what game it is that you're playing. You take your losses as lessons. You use your wins as momentum. Thank you for watching this episode with us here at Osage Financial. We hope you find this information valuable to you. Like and subscribe.